Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason.
And I'm Julia, your co-host. We're so happy you're joining us today. If you're someone who's just starting to learn English or thinking about it, this episode is for you.
Absolutely. Today, we're going to talk about how to start your English learning journey. And first, we want to answer a big question. Why does learning English even matter?
Good question. Well, English is more than just a language. It's the key to global communication. Over 1.5 billion people speak it worldwide.
That's right. English can open so many doors like better jobs, study opportunities, travel, and even making friends from different countries.
And don't forget, most of the internet, movies, books, and even science and technology content are in English. If you know English, you can explore so much more of the world.
Exactly. So, whether you want to study abroad, grow your career, or just feel more confident watching your favorite shows, English can help.
But we know starting can feel scary sometimes. Maybe you're asking yourself, can I really learn English? Or am I too old to start?
If you've ever asked those questions, don't worry. You're not alone. And the good news is, anyone can learn English step by step. And today, we'll show you how.
So grab your notebook or just relax and listen. Let's begin your journey to learning English the fun and easy way.
Let's do it.
So Jason, before people even start learning English, they already have so many worries.
Yes, and that's totally normal. One of the biggest fears I hear is, what if I make a mistake and people laugh at me?
Oh, I hear that too. But here's the truth, making mistakes is how we learn. Nobody speaks perfectly from day one.
Exactly. Think about babies learning their first language. They don't worry about grammar, they just try. And people correct them gently.
Right. Another fear people have is, I'm too old to start. What do you say to that?
I say it's never too late. I've met people who started learning English at 40, 50, even 70 years old. It's about consistency, not age.
Yes. And some people also think I need to go to a school or live in an English-speaking country to learn.
That's a big misconception. Of course, schools help. But you can learn a lot from home with podcasts, YouTube videos, apps, and by speaking with friends online.
True. What about this one? I must study grammar first before I speak.
Ah, the grammar trap. Grammar is important, yes, but it's not step one. Start by listening, copying sounds, and speaking. Grammar can come later like a tool, not a block.
That's such a good way to look at it. Focus on communication first. It's okay to say he go to school in the beginning. What matters is that people understand you.
Exactly. The goal is to connect, not to be perfect.
So to all our listeners, don't let fear stop you. Everyone starts somewhere. Even native speakers had to learn.
That's right. And today, we're here to help you start with confidence. All right, Julia. So now that our listeners are feeling more confident, let's talk about something really important, building a learning habit.
Yes, if you want to make progress in English, learning once a week isn't enough. You need to build a daily habit, even if it's just a few minutes a day.
Exactly. It's not about studying for hours. It's about doing a little every day. For example, start with 10 or 15 minutes of English listening or speaking daily.
Right, and to make it easier, connect learning with something you already do, like listen to an English podcast while walking or brushing your teeth.
That's a great tip. We call that habit stacking. You attach the new habit, English practice, to an old habit, like walking, eating, or commuting.
Also, keep your materials simple at first. Don't overwhelm yourself. Choose a podcast, a short video, or a basic English app and stick with it.
Yes, and try to make a small plan each week. For example, Monday, listen to an English podcast. Tuesday, practice 10 new words. Wednesday, speak to yourself in English for 5 minutes. Thursday, watch a YouTube video with subtitles. Friday, repeat what you learned out loud.
That's perfect. And here's another tip: use a notebook or phone to track your progress. Just check off each day you learn something.
That's super motivating. When you see your progress, you'll want to keep going. Even one new word a day adds up to 365 new words a year.
Wow, that's powerful when you think about it like that.
And don't forget, reward yourself. After a week of practice, treat yourself to something small. Learning should feel good.
Yes, a piece of chocolate, a relaxing walk, or even just saying, "I'm proud of myself."
So the message is, start small, stay consistent, and make it fun. That's how you build a habit, and that's how you grow your English skills every day. Now that we've talked about building a daily habit, let's go one step further and talk about tools and resources. Julia, what are some of your favorite tools for beginners?
There are so many great options out there. For listening, I always recommend YouTube and, of course, podcasts like this one.
Yes, and many YouTube channels are made just for English learners. They speak slowly, use simple language, and add subtitles.
Another one is mobile apps. Apps like Duolingo, Memorize, and Hello English are super helpful for beginners to build vocabulary and practice grammar.
Absolutely. And what I love about those apps is that they turn learning into a game. It's fun, and you can use them anywhere.
And let's not forget about language exchange apps like HelloTalk or Tandem, where you can actually chat with real people from around the world.
That's huge. Even if your English is basic, just writing or speaking simple sentences to real people gives you confidence.
Exactly. And if you prefer reading, you can start with Graded Reader's simple books made for English learners, often with audio.
Or even just children's books or short news stories from sites like News in Levels. They use easy English, but still talk about real things happening in the world.
Yes. And for speaking practice, talk to yourself. Record your voice on your phone and listen. It feels strange at first, but it really helps.
That's one of my favorite tips. You don't always need a partner. Your voice can be your partner.
So to recap, use podcasts and YouTube for listening. Try apps like Duolingo or HelloTalk. Read simple books or news in easy English. Speak out loud and record yourself.
With just these tools, you can start learning English today even if you're alone, even if you're a complete beginner.
And we'll keep guiding you on how to use them in future episodes.
Hi, my name is David. What is your name?
Hello, David. My name is Emma. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Emma. Where are you from?
I'm from Canada. And you?
I'm from Brazil. I am learning English.
That's great. Your English is good.
Thank you. I'm a beginner. I speak a little English.
No problem. You're doing well. Why do you want to learn English?
I want to travel. And I want to get a good job.
Those are good reasons. Do you study every day?
Yes, I listen to English podcasts and use an app.
Very nice. Keep going. You will improve fast.
Thank you, Emma. You are very kind.
You're welcome, David. Let's talk again soon.
Yes, so that was a simple English conversation between two people meeting for the first time.
We kept it slow and used very basic words, just like a real beginner would.
In the next section, we'll break down the key phrases and vocabulary from this role play so you can understand and practice. All right, let's break down some of the useful phrases from the role play we just heard.
Yes, and don't worry if you didn't catch everything. We'll explain it slowly and clearly. Let's start with the first line. Hi, my name is David. What is your name?
This is one of the most basic and useful ways to start a conversation. You can also say, I'm David, for a shorter version.
And when someone says their name, you can reply with nice to meet you. It's polite and friendly. Say it with a smile.
Next phrase is, where are you from? This is a common question to ask someone's country or city. It's a good way to start small talk.
Right, and you can answer by saying, I'm from Brazil or I'm from Afghanistan. Easy, right?
Now, here's another useful one. I am learning English. You can also say, I'm learning English. It means the same, but it's faster and more natural.
Exactly. And David said, I speak a little English. That's a great phrase for beginners. It helps others know your level, and most people will speak more slowly for you.
Another important question was, why do you want to learn English? You can answer with reasons like, I want to travel. I need it for work. I want to study abroad.
All great answers. The last phrase I really liked was, You're doing well. It's a nice way to encourage someone. You can use it when your friend is practicing English too.
Yes, and one more. Let's talk again soon. It shows you enjoyed the conversation and want to continue next time.
So if you're listening, try to repeat these phrases after us now, or write them in your notebook and practice later.
Practice makes progress. These simple phrases are the building blocks of real conversation. Okay, Julia, now that learners have some phrases and tools, let's talk about how to build a daily English routine.
Yes, a routine is like your personal roadmap. It helps you stay on track even when you're busy.
Right. And the good news is, your routine doesn't need to be long. Just 15 to 30 minutes a day can make a big difference over time.
Let's break it into 3 parts: listening, speaking, and reviewing.
That's a great system. Here's an example of a simple daily routine. 5 minutes. Listen to a podcast or YouTube video in English. 10 minutes. Speak out loud. You can repeat what you heard or talk about your day in English. 5 minutes. Review new words or phrases and write one sentence with each word.
That's just 20 minutes. Easy and powerful. And if you have more time, great. But this is a good place to start.
Also, it helps to pick a time and place for your English routine. Maybe every morning before breakfast or every evening after dinner.
Yes, same time, same place. That's how it becomes a habit.
And remember, don't try to be perfect. The goal is to show up every day and do something in English, even if it's small.
Exactly. Some days you'll feel excited, some days you won't. But if you stay consistent, you will improve, we promise.
And you can change your routine anytime. Try different things, use songs, stories, videos, or conversations, whatever keeps you interested.
So to all our listeners, choose your time, make a short plan, and start your English routine today.
Yes, your English will thank you. Hi, Sarah. How are you today?
Hi, Allie. I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm fine. Sarah, can I ask you something?
Of course. What is it?
I want to learn English, but I don't know how to start. Can you help me?
Yes, I'd love to help. That's a great decision. Why do you want to learn English?
I want to get a better job and maybe travel in the future.
That's perfect. You can start small. Listen to English every day, maybe a short podcast or a video with subtitles.
Okay, I like YouTube. Is that good?
Yes, there are many easy English videos there. Watch them and repeat the words out loud.
I feel shy when I speak English.
That's normal. I felt the same. But the more you speak, the easier it gets. You can talk to yourself or record your voice at first.
That's a good idea. Do you use any apps?
Yes, I use Duolingo and HelloTalk. One helps with vocabulary, and the other lets me chat with people in English.
Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you, Sarah. I feel more confident now.
You're welcome, Ellie. You can do it. Just practice every day, even 10 minutes is enough.
Okay, I'll start today. Let's talk again next week in English.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Good luck.
All right, everyone. Now it's time for your listener challenge. We want to help you start right now with a simple 7-day plan.
Yes, you don't need to be perfect. Just follow this plan and you'll build your English habit from day one.
Here's your 7-day plan. Day 1. Listen to a short English podcast or video for 10 minutes. Day 2. Learn 5 new English words. Write them down and say them out loud. Day 3. Try speaking for 5 minutes. Talk about your day or favorite food. Day 4. Watch an English video with subtitles. Repeat 3 sentences out loud. Day 5. Write 3 simple sentences using your new words. Day 6. Listen to English again and try to understand the main idea. Day 7. Speak or record yourself for 5 minutes. Don't worry about mistakes.
See, that's just a few minutes each day. You can do it.
And remember, consistency is key. Keep going even if some days feel hard.
If you want, tell us how your 7-day challenge goes. Share your progress with us.
We believe in you and we're here to help. Wow, Julia, it's been a great episode. We've covered a lot today, from why English matters to how to start, build habits, and use useful tools.
Yes, Jason. And to all our listeners, remember this: the hardest part is often just starting. But once you begin, you'll find it gets easier and more fun every day.
Exactly. Don't wait for the perfect time or for everything to be perfect. Start small, make mistakes, and learn from them.
And be patient with yourself. Learning a language is like planting a tree. It takes time to grow, but the results are beautiful.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Use this podcast and other resources to guide you.
Most importantly, believe in yourself. You can learn English. We believe in you too.
Thank you for listening to the English Learning Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with your friends.
And don't forget to try the 7-day challenge we shared. Take action today.
See you in the next episode. Keep learning and keep shining.
Bye, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the English Learning Podcast, where we help you take your English skills to the next level. I'm your host, Jason, and today we're diving into a topic that's perfect for the new year: how to start English learning in 2025. Whether you're a complete beginner or someone who's been putting off learning English, this episode is packed with tips to help you get started on the right foot.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julia, your co-host, and I'm so excited to talk about this. Starting a journey to learn English can feel overwhelming, but it's also one of the most rewarding things you can do for yourself. And guess what? 2025 is an amazing time to start because there are so many new resources and opportunities out there. So if you're ready to take that first step, you're in the right place.
That's right, Julia. In this episode, we'll cover why 2025 is the perfect time to begin, the first steps you can take, and some of the most effective tools and techniques available today. And as always, we'll keep it conversational and simple, so you can follow along and feel inspired.
And don't forget, if you have any questions or tips of your own, share them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you and support you on your English learning journey. So, Jason, are you ready to get started?
Absolutely! Let's jump in and explore why there's no better time than now to start learning English. All right, Julia, let's talk about why 2025 is such a fantastic time to start learning English. Over the past few years, we've seen some amazing advancements in technology, education, and global connectivity that make learning English more accessible than ever. What are your thoughts on this?
You're absolutely right, Jason. The world is becoming more interconnected, and English continues to be the global language for communication. Whether it's for work, travel, or even online networking, knowing English opens doors to countless opportunities. And in 2025, there are so many tools, like AI-powered learning apps, that make the process more effective and even fun.
Exactly. One of the biggest advantages of starting in 2025 is how personalized learning has become. You don't have to follow a one-size-fits-all approach anymore. Apps, podcasts, and online courses can now adapt to your level and learning style. Plus, with platforms like ours, you can find real-world conversational practice, which is essential for building confidence.
And let's not forget about the flexibility these resources offer. In 2025, you can learn English anytime, anywhere, whether you're commuting, relaxing at home, or even taking a walk. There are podcasts like this one, YouTube channels, and even AI chatbots that help you practice your speaking skills. It's like having a personal English tutor in your pocket.
That's such a good point, Julia. And another reason to start now is that English isn't just about learning a language. It's about building connections. In 2025, with virtual workspaces and online communities growing, being able to communicate in English is more important than ever for staying competitive in the job market and expanding your social network.
Absolutely. Plus, the cultural aspect is huge. English gives you access to movies, books, music, and global trends that can help you connect with people from different backgrounds. It's a skill that enhances both your personal and professional life.
So, to sum it up, 2025 is a golden opportunity to start learning English. With cutting-edge technology, flexible resources, and a global demand for English speakers, there's really no better time to begin. The tools are there, the opportunities are endless, and all you have to do is take that first step.
Exactly, and don't worry, we're here to guide you every step of the way. Learning English in 2025 can be easier and more enjoyable than ever. So, if you've been thinking about it, this is your sign to start now.
Now that we've talked about why 2025 is such a great time to start learning English, let's dive into the first steps. Julia, starting something new can be intimidating, right? What would you say is the very first thing someone should do if they want to begin learning English?
Great question, Jason. The first step is to set a clear goal. Ask yourself, why do I want to learn English? Is it for work, travel, making friends, or just personal growth? Knowing your why helps you stay motivated and focused. What do you think, Jason?
I agree 100%. Having a goal gives you direction. For example, if your goal is to improve conversational skills for travel, you might focus on listening and speaking first. On the other hand, if it's for work, you might prioritize professional vocabulary and writing skills. Once you have a goal, the next step is to find the right resources.
Exactly. And when it comes to resources, start simple. You don't need a pile of books or expensive courses right away. You can use free apps like Duolingo, listen to podcasts like this one, or watch beginner-friendly YouTube channels. Pick one or two tools that match your goal and stick with them.
Great advice. I'd also add that consistency is key. Even if you only study for 10 or 15 minutes a day, it's better than cramming for hours once a week. Create a routine that fits into your daily life. For example, you can listen to an English podcast during your commute or practice vocabulary before bed.
And don't forget to start small and celebrate your progress. It's okay to begin with basic phrases like hello, thank you, or how are you? As you get comfortable, you'll naturally build on what you know. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint.
That's so true. Another important step is to overcome the fear of making mistakes. Remember, mistakes are part of learning. The more you try, the more you improve. Find ways to practice without pressure, like talking to yourself in English or using AI chat tools that help you practice conversation.
Yes. And if you can, surround yourself with English. Watch shows, listen to music, or even change your phone settings to English. Immersing yourself in the language, even a little, can make a huge difference.
So, to recap, start by setting a clear goal, choosing simple resources, creating a consistent routine, and embracing mistakes as part of the journey. These steps might seem small, but they're the foundation for long-term success in learning English.
Exactly. And remember, everyone starts somewhere. What matters is that you've made the decision to start, and that's already a big step forward. Keep going. You've got this.
Now that we've covered the first steps to begin learning English, let's talk about one of the best things about learning in 2025. The modern tools and techniques available to make the process easier and more fun. Julia, have you noticed how much learning has changed over the years?
Absolutely, Jason. It's amazing how technology has revolutionized language learning. Today, learners don't just rely on textbooks or classroom lessons. Instead, they have access to apps, online platforms, podcasts, and even AI-powered tools that provide a personalized learning experience. What's your favorite modern learning tool, Jason?
Oh, that's a tough one. But I'd say language learning apps like Duolingo or Babbel are great starting points. They make learning interactive and gamified, so it feels less like studying and more like playing a game. Plus, they cover everything from vocabulary to pronunciation. What about you, Julia?
I'd say podcasts and YouTube channels are my favorite. They're perfect for improving listening skills and picking up real-world phrases. Podcasts, in particular, are great because you can listen to them on the go, whether you're cooking, exercising, or commuting. And many of them, like ours, are designed specifically for learners.
Podcasts are fantastic. And speaking of real-world practice, how about AI chatbots and language exchange platforms? In 2025, you can have a full conversation with AI tools like ChatGPT to practice speaking or writing. Plus, platforms like HelloTalk or Tandem connect you with native speakers who can help you improve in a friendly, casual setting.
Yes. And let's not forget the power of video content. Apps like TikTok and Instagram are full of short, engaging videos created by English teachers and learners. These videos often focus on specific tips, like how to use certain phrases or pronounce tricky words, and they're super easy to fit into your daily routine.
That's such a good point. Another modern technique is using flashcard apps like Anki or Quizlet. These tools use spaced repetition to help you remember words and phrases effectively. It's like having a memory coach that ensures you don't forget what you've learned.
And if you're into gaming, there are even language learning games and VR experiences where you can immerse yourself in an English-speaking environment. Imagine practicing English while exploring a virtual world or solving puzzles. It's such a fun way to learn.
Exactly, Julia. And here's something learners often overlook. Subtitles. Watching movies or shows with English subtitles or switching the audio to English can do wonders for your listening skills. Start with something familiar and gradually move to shows with more complex dialogue.
That's a great tip. And don't forget about online courses. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and edX offer structured English courses for learners of all levels. Some of them even provide certificates, which can be useful for your career.
Absolutely. The key is to mix and match these tools to suit your learning style. Whether you prefer visual, auditory, or hands-on learning, there's a tool or technique out there for you in 2025. The options are endless.
So, listeners, take advantage of these modern resources. With apps, podcasts, videos, and AI at your fingertips, learning English has never been more accessible or exciting. Find what works for you and make it part of your daily routine.
And remember, it's not about using every tool at once. Start small, explore different options, and stick with the ones that keep you motivated. You've got all the tools you need to succeed in 2025. Julia, while 2025 brings some fantastic tools and opportunities for learning English, we know that challenges still exist. Let's talk about some common struggles learners might face and how they can overcome them. What's a challenge you hear about often?
One big challenge is staying consistent, Jason. A lot of learners start with great enthusiasm, but over time, they lose motivation. Life gets busy, and it's easy to skip practice. What advice would you give to someone struggling with consistency?
That's a good point. My advice would be to set small, achievable goals and build English into your daily routine. For example, listen to an English podcast like ours during breakfast, or spend 10 minutes on a language app before bed. Consistency doesn't mean hours of study. It's about showing up regularly, even if it's for a short time.
Exactly. Another common challenge is fear of making mistakes. A lot of learners feel nervous about speaking because they don't want to say something wrong. But here's the thing. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become.
That's so true, Julia. In fact, I'd say embracing mistakes is key to progress. Instead of worrying about being perfect, focus on communicating your ideas. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, people will usually understand you, and you'll improve with practice.
Another challenge I hear about is not having enough time. Many people feel they're too busy to learn a new language. But the good news is, with modern tools, you can make use of small pockets of time. For example, you can practice vocabulary while waiting in line or listen to English while driving.
That's a great tip. And let's talk about the challenge of finding practice partners. A lot of learners say they don't have anyone to practice speaking with. But in 2025, there are so many solutions for that. Language exchange apps, online communities, and even AI chatbots can help fill that gap.
Exactly. Another challenge is dealing with frustration when progress feels slow. Learning a language takes time, and sometimes it feels like you're not improving. My advice? Celebrate small wins, like understanding a new word or completing a short conversation. Progress happens in steps, not leaps.
Absolutely, Julia. And I'd also say that changing how you measure progress can help. Instead of focusing only on fluency, pay attention to small improvements, like recognizing more words in a TV show or feeling more comfortable speaking. Those are signs that you're moving forward.
One final challenge I'd like to mention is staying focused in a world full of distractions. With social media and busy schedules, it's easy to lose track of your learning. Setting aside dedicated time for English, even if it's just 15 minutes a day, can make a big difference.
That's a great point. So, to recap, staying consistent, overcoming the fear of mistakes, managing time, finding practice opportunities, celebrating progress, and staying focused are all challenges learners face. But with the right mindset and tools, every one of these challenges can be overcome.
Exactly. Remember, challenges are part of any learning journey. The key is to keep going, even when it feels tough. You're not alone in this. We're here to guide and support you every step of the way.
Well said, Julia. So, listeners, don't let challenges hold you back. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. You've got this. Julia, as we've discussed, consistency is crucial when learning English. But staying consistent is easier said than done, right? Let's share some practical tips with our listeners on how they can practice English daily without feeling overwhelmed.
Absolutely, Jason. One of my favorite tips is to set a specific time each day for English practice. Treat it like an appointment, maybe 15 minutes in the morning or evening. Having a routine makes it easier to stick with the habit.
That's a great idea, Julia. I'd also add starting small. For example, commit to learning 5 new words a day or practicing one simple conversation. Small goals are manageable and can easily become part of your day-to-day life.
Exactly. Another tip is to integrate English into activities you already do. For instance, if you like watching TV, try watching your favorite shows in English with subtitles. If you enjoy music, listen to English songs and look up the lyrics to learn new phrases.
That's a great point. And don't forget about speaking practice. Even if you don't have a partner, you can practice speaking out loud to yourself. For example, describe your day, talk about your plans, or even read a short passage aloud.
Yes, speaking out loud helps you get comfortable with the sounds of the language, and if you want feedback, try recording yourself. It might feel a bit strange at first, but it's a great way to identify areas for improvement.
Another effective tip is to use technology to your advantage. Set your phone or computer to English, use flashcard apps like Anki or Quizlet, and make use of language learning apps. These tools are designed to make daily practice easy and fun.
Right. And if you're short on time, microlearning is a great strategy. For example, spend a few minutes on vocabulary during your coffee break or listen to a podcast while commuting. Even 5 to 10 minutes of focused practice can make a difference.
That's so true. And here's a motivational tip. Keep a journal of your progress. Write down what you practiced each day or what new words you learned. It's encouraging to look back and see how far you've come.
Exactly, Jason. One last tip. Make it fun. Learning English doesn't have to feel like a chore. Play games, join online communities, or find a study buddy. The more enjoyable the process, the more likely you are to stick with it.
That's a great way to end, Julia. Listeners, practicing English daily doesn't have to take a lot of time. With a little creativity and commitment, you can make English a natural part of your day. Start small, stay consistent, and most importantly, have fun with it.
Well said, Jason. Remember, learning a language is a journey and every step counts. Keep practicing and you'll see progress over time.
Wow, Julia, this has been such a great conversation. We've covered everything from why 2025 is the perfect year to start learning English to overcoming challenges and practicing daily. But before we wrap up, let's leave our listeners with some encouragement.
Absolutely, Jason. To all our listeners, learning English is more than just studying a language. It's opening the door to new opportunities, cultures, and connections. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. The key is to start and to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps.
That's such an important message, Julia. Learning English isn't a race. It's a journey. It's okay to make mistakes, feel frustrated, or take a break. What matters is that you pick yourself up and keep going. Your dedication today will pay off in ways you can't even imagine.
And you're not alone on this journey. There's a whole world of learners just like you, and tools, communities, and resources to support you. Believe in yourself, trust the process, and know that you're capable of achieving your goals.
Couldn't have said it better, Julia. So, listeners, let 2025 be the year you take charge of your English learning journey. Start today, stay consistent, and remember, we're here cheering for you every step of the way.
Exactly. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Keep practicing, stay inspired, and don't forget to check out more episodes of the English Learning Podcast for tips, techniques, and encouragement.
See you next time, everyone. Until then, keep learning and keep shining. Hello, and welcome to another enriching episode of the Personal Growth Talks podcast. I'm Jason, your host, and I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today. Whether you're a loyal listener tuning in again or someone joining us for the first time, I want to say, welcome to a space where growth, resilience, and self-discovery take center stage. Today, we have an incredible topic to discuss. It's something every one of us encounters, whether at work, in relationships, or even during those unexpected life moments. It's something that shapes not just how we react, but how we thrive. Yes, you guessed it. Today, we're diving deep into how to stay calm under pressure.
And hi, everyone. I'm Julia, your co host for today, and I'm just as excited as Jason about this topic. Staying calm under pressure is more than just a skill. It's almost like an art form. Wouldn't you agree, Jason?
Oh, absolutely, Julia. And what's so fascinating about this topic is that it's universally relatable. Whether you're a student cramming for exams, a parent juggling a million things at once, or a professional managing deadlines, pressure finds its way into all of our lives. But here's the good news. You can learn to stay calm, no matter how chaotic things may seem.
That's right. And today we're not just going to talk about it in a vague, theoretical way. We'll explore practical strategies, break down why staying calm is so important, and even give you some concrete examples of how people have managed pressure effectively. By the end of this podcast, we hope you'll walk away feeling more empowered and ready to face whatever challenges life throws your way.
And here's a little spoiler. Staying calm under pressure isn't just about controlling your emotions. It's about understanding the science behind stress, learning to reframe your mindset, and implementing habits that help you stay grounded. So, buckle up, because we're in for an insightful and transformative ride today. So, let's start at the very beginning, Julia. Why do we feel pressure in the first place? What's going on in our brains when we're under stress?
Great question, Jason. Pressure is essentially your brain's way of signaling that something is at stake. When we perceive a threat, whether it's real or imagined, our brain triggers the fight or flight response. This is an ancient mechanism designed to protect us from danger. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're an early human living thousands of years ago. You're out hunting, and suddenly a wild animal appears. Your body would release adrenaline and cortisol, stress hormones, that help you act quickly. Your heart would race, your breathing would speed up, and your muscles would get ready for action.
Fast forward to today, and we don't face wild animals very often. But the same response kicks in when we're stuck in traffic, facing a big presentation, or dealing with a family crisis. Isn't that right?
Exactly. The problem is that our modern stressors are more chronic. Instead of a short burst of adrenaline, we often stay in that heightened state for too long, which can make it harder to stay calm and focused.
And that's why understanding this response is so important. When we know what's happening in our bodies, we can start to take control.
Let's talk about what happens when we don't stay calm under pressure. Jason, have you ever been in a situation where you let stress get the better of you?
Oh, definitely, Julia. I remember one time I was working on a project with a tight deadline. I was so stressed that I ended up snapping at my team and making a lot of mistakes. Not only did it hurt our collaboration, but it also delayed the project even more.
That's such a common experience. When we let pressure take over, it can lead to poor decision making, strained relationships, and even physical health problems. Studies show that chronic stress can increase the risk of heart disease by up to 40%.
Wow, that's a huge number. And it's a stark reminder that learning to stay calm isn't just about feeling good. It's about protecting our long-term health and well-being. All right, Julia, let's get to the heart of today's episode. What are some practical strategies that our listeners can use to stay calm when they're under pressure?
Absolutely, Jason. Let's start with a simple but powerful one: deep breathing. When you're stressed, your breathing often becomes shallow, which can make you feel even more anxious. Taking slow, deep breaths helps activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which calms your body.
I've tried this myself, Julia, and it works wonders. Here's a tip for our listeners. Try the 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. Do this for a few minutes, and you'll feel a noticeable difference.
Another strategy is to reframe your mindset. Instead of seeing pressure as something negative, try to view it as a challenge or an opportunity to grow. For example, if you're nervous about a presentation, remind yourself that it's a chance to showcase your ideas and make an impact.
That's such a powerful shift. And let's not forget the importance of 30-20, preparation. When you're well prepared, you feel more confident and less likely to crumble under pressure.
Absolutely. And here's another tip: practice mindfulness. Even just a few minutes of meditation each day can help train your brain to stay present and focused, even in high pressure situations.
Let's bring this to life with some examples, Julia. Do you have any stories about people who've managed pressure effectively?
Sure, one of my favorite examples is Serena Williams. She's known for her incredible composure on the tennis court, even during the most intense matches. Serena has talked about how she uses visualization and positive self talk to stay calm and focused.
That's inspiring, and it just goes to show that staying calm is a skill that even the best of the best work on. Julia, this has been such an insightful conversation. As we wrap up, what's one takeaway you'd like our listeners to remember?
I'd say this: staying calm under pressure isn't about eliminating stress, it's about learning to manage it in a way that empowers you. And if you found this episode helpful, please share it with a friend or leave us a review. Your support helps us continue to create content that empowers and inspires.
That's beautifully said. And to our listeners, we encourage you to start practicing these strategies today. Whether it's deep breathing, reframing your mindset, or preparing more effectively, pick one and make it part of your routine. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Personal Growth Talks podcast. Remember, no matter what life throws your way, you have the tools to stay calm and thrive. Until next time, take care and keep growing. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and today we're diving into a topic that's on everyone's mind as we head into the new year: how to master English fast in 2025. Whether you're a beginner or someone looking to refine your skills, this episode is packed with tips to help you speed up your learning and make real progress.
And I'm your co-host, Julia. You know, Jason, learning English is no longer just a skill, it's a necessity. Did you know that over 1.5 billion people are learning English worldwide right now? That's nearly 20% of the global population. English is not just a language. It's a passport to opportunities in business, travel, education, and even technology.
Exactly, Julia. And the good news is, mastering English doesn't have to take years. With the right strategies, tools, and mindset, you can learn faster than ever. In this episode, we're going to share actionable steps and modern techniques to help you achieve your English goals in 2025. So, grab a notebook and let's get started.
Let's do it. And don't forget to stay tuned until the end for a quick recap and some bonus tips to keep you motivated.
All right, let's dive into why mastering English is so important, especially in 2025. English isn't just a global language anymore. It's the language of progress. Whether you're applying for a job, collaborating internationally, or even just traveling, English opens doors that no other language can.
Absolutely, Jason. In 2025, we're seeing massive shifts in how people work and communicate. Remote jobs are becoming the norm, and many of these positions require fluency in English to interact with international teams. And let's not forget about advancements in technology. Most of the tools and platforms, like AI assistants, operate primarily in English.
That's a great point. Think about industries like tech, science, and business. Major conferences, research publications, and even startup pitches are predominantly in English. If you want to stay competitive, English isn't just helpful. It's essential.
And don't forget about the entertainment world. From Hollywood movies to global streaming platforms like Netflix and YouTube, the majority of content is in English. Being fluent doesn't just give you access to professional growth, it also enhances your personal life by letting you connect with culture and media on a whole new level.
Exactly. And there's another angle: education. Top universities and online courses, especially from platforms like Coursera and edX, are primarily in English. Learning the language can be your ticket to accessing the best resources and learning from world-class experts.
So, mastering English in 2025 isn't just about speaking another language. It's about staying relevant, adaptable, and ready for the global opportunities waiting for you.
Now, let's talk about the challenges learners face when trying to master English quickly. The first, and probably the biggest challenge, is lack of time. Let's face it, most people are juggling work, studies, and personal life. Finding dedicated time for language practice can feel nearly impossible.
That's so true, Jason. And even if you do find the time, another common hurdle is lack of resources. Some learners don't have access to quality teachers, language apps, or even English-speaking environments. Without these, it's easy to feel stuck or overwhelmed.
Exactly. And then there's the issue of motivation. Many people start learning with excitement, but when they don't see immediate results, they lose interest. Language learning is a long-term process, and staying motivated can be tough.
Another big one is fear of making mistakes. This is especially common for beginners. They're so afraid of sounding wrong or being judged that they avoid speaking altogether. But here's the thing: making mistakes is actually a crucial part of learning.
Yes, and let's not forget about consistency. Learning English requires regular practice, but many people struggle to stick to a routine. Maybe they practice for a week or two, then stop for months. This start-stop approach makes progress much slower.
Right. And I'd add that some learners face cultural or linguistic barriers. For example, their native language might be very different from English, making pronunciation, grammar, or even vocabulary harder to grasp. Others might not have anyone around them who speaks English, which limits their practice opportunities.
All these challenges can feel overwhelming, but the good news is that every one of them has a solution. Later in this episode, we're going to share strategies to overcome these obstacles and master English faster than ever.
That's right. So, if any of these challenges sound familiar to you, don't worry, you're not alone. And more importantly, you can overcome them with the right mindset and tools.
All right, now that we've talked about the challenges, let's focus on solutions. What are the top strategies you can use to master English quickly in 2025? The first one is setting clear and specific goals. Don't just say, I want to learn English. Instead, set goals like, I will learn 10 new words every day, or I will have a 5-minute conversation in English 3 times a week.
Exactly. When your goals are specific and measurable, it's easier to track your progress. And speaking of tracking, let's talk about the power of routine. Dedicate a specific time every day to learning English, even if it's just 15 minutes. It's better to practice consistently in small doses than to cram once a week.
Absolutely, Julia. And in 2025, technology is your best friend. Use asterisk AI-powered language apps like Duolingo, Babbel, or Memrise. Some of these apps even adapt to your learning style and help you focus on your weak areas. Plus, tools like ChatGPT or AI tutors can simulate real-life conversations to improve your speaking skills.
Speaking of real-life conversations, one of the fastest ways to learn is immersive practice. Even if you don't live in an English-speaking country, you can create your own immersion. Watch movies, listen to podcasts, and switch the language settings on your phone to English. Surround yourself with the language as much as possible.
Great tip, Julia. Another key strategy is learning phrases, not just words. Memorizing vocabulary is important, but learning phrases helps you sound more natural. For example, instead of learning the word excited, learn the phrase, I'm so excited to. That way, you can use it in real conversations.
Right, and don't underestimate the power of shadowing. This technique involves listening to native speakers and repeating what they say, mimicking their tone and pronunciation. It's a fantastic way to improve your accent and fluency.
Another game changer is finding an accountability partner or language buddy. This could be a friend, teacher, or even someone online who is also learning English. Having someone to practice with keeps you motivated and on track.
Exactly. And for those who don't have a partner, don't worry. You can practice speaking by recording yourself. Talk about your day, narrate what you're doing, or describe something around you. The goal is to get comfortable forming sentences out loud.
One more tip. Don't be afraid to use English in real-life situations. Start small, like ordering food at a restaurant, asking for directions, or even commenting on social media in English. Real-world practice is where the magic happens.
Finally, remember to celebrate your progress. Every small milestone, whether it's mastering a tricky grammar rule or holding your first conversation, is worth celebrating. It keeps you motivated and reminds you how far you've come.
These strategies are practical and proven. So, start applying them today, and you'll be amazed at how much progress you can make in just a few months.
Exactly. And don't forget, consistency and a positive attitude are your best allies. Stick around because next, we'll talk about how to stay motivated on this journey.
Now, let's talk about one of the biggest challenges for language learners: staying consistent and motivated. Julia, why do you think consistency is so hard for people?
Well, Jason, I think it's because life gets in the way. Work, school, family, and other priorities make it hard to stay on track. Plus, when learners don't see quick results, it's easy to lose motivation.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Progress in language learning is like planting a tree. You might not see it grow every day, but if you water it consistently, it'll eventually flourish. So, the first tip is to create a learning schedule. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day is better than cramming for hours once a week.
And to make it easier to stick to your schedule, try pairing your learning time with a habit you already have. For example, listen to an English podcast while commuting or practice vocabulary during your coffee break. This technique is called habit stacking, and it works wonders.
Great tip! Another way to stay motivated is to set short-term rewards. For instance, after completing a week of consistent practice, treat yourself to something you enjoy. Maybe a movie, your favorite snack, or even a break day.
And don't forget to track your progress. Use a journal, an app, or even a simple checklist to record what you've learned. Seeing how far you've come can be a huge boost, especially on days when you feel like giving up.
Absolutely. Another powerful motivator is to remind yourself why you're learning English. Is it for your career, to travel, or to connect with new people? Keep your goal in mind, and whenever you feel unmotivated, visualize the opportunities that English will unlock for you.
And if you ever hit a roadblock, remember to focus on progress, not perfection. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. Instead of being discouraged, think of each mistake as a stepping stone to improvement.
That's such an important mindset, Julia. And finally, surround yourself with a supportive community. Join online groups, language forums, or even local meetups where you can share your progress, ask questions, and learn from others. Feeling supported makes the journey much easier.
So, consistency and motivation aren't just about working harder, they're about working smarter and staying positive. Keep your eyes on your goals, celebrate small wins, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it.
Exactly. And remember, learning a language is a journey, not a race. The key is to enjoy the process. Coming up next, we'll share a quick recap of today's strategies and our final thoughts on mastering English in 2025. All right, let's recap everything we discussed today. We started by exploring why English mastery is so crucial in 2025. It's the key to unlocking global opportunities, whether in work, travel, or connecting with people worldwide.
Then, we talked about the common challenges learners face, like lack of time, resources, and motivation, and how these can slow down your progress if not addressed.
From there, we shared our top strategies to master English fast. These included setting clear goals, leveraging technology, practicing consistently, and immersing yourself in English daily. Remember, small efforts done regularly can lead to big results.
And we also discussed how to stay consistent and motivated by creating a routine, celebrating progress, and staying connected to your purpose. Learning English is a journey, and your mindset plays a big role in how far you go.
Exactly. So, what's your next step? Start by picking just one strategy. We discussed today and apply it immediately. Whether it's creating a schedule, practicing shadowing, or finding a language buddy, take action now.
And here's a challenge for you. Comment below and tell us one thing you'll do today to improve your English. We'd love to hear about your goals and cheer you on.
Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with anyone who's on their English learning journey. Together, we can build a supportive community where everyone thrives.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Remember, mastering English isn't just about learning a language, it's about opening doors to endless possibilities.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay consistent, stay motivated, and keep moving forward. Goodbye.
Goodbye and happy learning.